Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to game number 2 here of the CybernetixTV Show Match up against GameReplays.org. Now, game number 1 was definitely quite the roller coaster ride, and riding that roller coaster was SK Gaming's Cardinal, as he did join me game number 1. He's here again game number 2. How are you doing?
Doing good. Had really enjoyed game 1. Lots of action the whole entire game, so I hope that we see more of that this game.
Yeah, definitely some great gameplay coming out of both sides, and other than that kind of hiccup in the beginning there with Bartlett, it came out to a pretty good match. So we did have the domination of the Flint Beastwood, as well as the Corrupted Disciple, even Bubbles getting his licks in there as well, and that really just threw XTV a big loop, even though they did hold the lead for a good majority of that game. So good fun stuff. We are now in game number 2, best of 3 series, and this is the Heroes of Newerth portion of the multi-game tournament we do have going on here with Cybernetics Television. So this is only one of 5 games, as we will be going on after this to, I do believe, the StarCraft 2 matches. So they got to make this really count. Basically, whoever can win all 3 of the 5 games is declared the winner, but it is a show match, and we will be playing all 5 games. So stick with us for that, and we do have the bands now done. So, Cardinal, who do we have here today?
Looks like Bombardier, Pebbles, Sandwraith, Hellbringer, Myrmidon, Slither, Pharaoh, and Deadwood. I'm pretty sure those are all different. There might be a couple of the same ones, Slither and Pharaoh, but I think the only one that they banned that was in last game was Myrmidon, so maybe they were just annoyed with Myrmidon altogether and they just wanted to get rid of him.
Yes, Myrmidon seems to be the only different, well, the only reactionary ban, as Myrmidon, played by Bartlett there, did a lot of the warding, because it kind of reflected upon his items. By the end of the game, he only had boots, which means he'd probably spend a lot of gold there on the wards. So yeah, no more Myrmidon, but as we did say before, he's a very strong support hero, easily one of the best supports in a tri-lane, and he really came out and came through for his team in that last game. Now we do have the repeat bans of things like Sandwraith and Hellbringer, which are also great heroes, but again, the same kind of vibe as last game. A lot of these solo powerful heroes out of the equation. I'm a little surprised we didn't take out Flint.
Yeah, Flint dominated last game. He had more, as I was saying before, he had more hero damage total than any other hero in the game, even a Thunderbringer. So I'm actually kind of surprised too, but maybe they just figured he had a lot of support to help him with that carry, so they were like, hey, he's not good enough to ban.
Yeah, maybe not. I do see a Dr. Repulsor shadow picked here. It has been forever since I've seen a Dr. Repulsor, as he's typically almost auto-banned in a lot of tournaments. Just usually one of the 2 teams are going to be banning him, and I'd be very interested to see him going here. Right now, the teams did swap, so we do have Team GR here on the Legion, and there are no roster changes to them. We do have Cybernetics TV here off to the Hellborn, but we do have a swap out there, the Capitalist, coming in for Sturgy. I'm calling him Sturgy. Sturgiari? How would you say it?
I have no idea. Your guess is best.
Alright, Sturge it is. So he has been swapped out for the Capitalist. Capitalist is a big name there in Cybernetics TV. He's also, I believe, a part of the Marine Corps. So he's a very disciplined player, very good player, and he's also a shoutcaster for Heroes of Newerth. I've had the pleasure of talking with him before as well. So very excited to see what he can pull off here with Insane Rabbi. And 2 picks coming off straight for XTV is going to be the support combo, Glacius and Andromeda, the very 2 iconic support heroes.
Yeah, both really strong single target nukers. They really good for team support, setting up some ganks, and obviously Glacius's aura is amazing.
Well, who doesn't like global mana regen? I was very surprised actually when Empath was released. Where is Empath in this list? What is Empath even? Is she an agility hero or an int hero?
No, she's an int hero. She's right
there
next to Blacksmith.
Yep. Blacksmith, oh, somebody we just don't see that often anymore. But I was very surprised when Empath came out, and she has the global health regeneration aura. So I really expected to see some combos between Glacius and Empath to keep everyone going. But I actually have yet to see a game with her. She has an alternate skin. It's okay, yeah, it's alright, sure. But yeah, so rest of the picks going out now. We do have Soulsteer, Non-Vidius being played him. Now that's just such a massive farming hero, and if he was able to pull off as many creep kills as he did with that Gladiator, I'd be very interested to see what he can do with a Soulstealer. And I kind of have an indication that Capitalist is going to be doing a roaming Hammerstorm.
Yeah, I would expect a roaming Hammerstorm or a tri-lane Hammerstorm and probably pick up another solo side lane. But I'd like to see some dual lanes or something going on here. Or maybe a jungler like we thought last game.
Yeah, it goes back to the whole discussion about like different tweaks to the jungling solo lanes and Legionnaire, for example. With this new realignment patch that just came out, I believe that was Thursday I came out, and today's Saturday, so it's only a few days old. Wow, look at this surprise pick coming out here for the Legion, Pandemonium, a big favorite hero of mine that we just don't see enough of anymore. They kind of killed the whole scene when MSI popularized the tri-lane based off him, and what do you think? Tri-lane based off him this round?
Yeah, it looks like it might be Behemoth, Panda, and Witchslayer, which is a pretty good tri-lane. They have a lot of disables. I don't know how well they're going to do against Hammerstorm tri-lane or whatever else the XTV decides to pick up, but it's a strong lane either way. It's 3 disables, basically.
Well, everything Panda does, it can be really labeled a disable. His flurry, his flick, his cannonball, and of course, what's his ultimate even called? Face smash. I love it. His face smash. He's just going to take that bamboo stick and smack you in the face repeatedly with it. The last pick up here for XTV is going to be a Gauntlet. So what do you think of those lanes?
Yes, Gauntlet is so strong. I'm glad we're seeing a Gauntlet. I think he has a lot of potential to be a really strong hero. His hook is the hardest thing to hit, and what is it called? Grapple. His grapple is really hard to hit, and it has a lot of useful skills and abilities, because you can bring your teammate with you when you use it, or you can take a teammate back, or you can just hook it onto a teammate and go, or hook it onto an enemy and go towards them. So you could use it a lot of different ways. You just have to hit it, and that's the hardest thing to do.
Well, I do see the game has now started. Cybernetics Television and GameReplays.org. I'm just going to put out the message here. So would you like to go over kind of where everyone's splitting off to?
Yeah, it looks like, let's see, Gauntlet's going to bottom with Boots and a health pot, which is interesting. Soulstealer obviously is going mid, and yeah, they're going to see that tri-lane with Hammerstorm bottom, or top. And then on the Legion side, they haven't really gone to lanes yet, but it might look like they'd be tri-laning bottom or top. I'm not sure. I would want them to go top, obviously, to roam mid like they did last time, but they kind of are still at base right now.
Alright, yes, we do, yeah, a little bit of a late leave here for the Legion, kind of playing around in the fountain. I mean, turtles like water and all that, but not too sure about the rest of them. For anyone wondering who Ansirk here, Ansirk, I think it's just Ansirk. He is playing the alternate model here of Hammerstorm. Helga Hammerstorm, I believe is her name. Kind of a very muscular Norse female. Dead sexy in my opinion.
It's very manly.
Helga Hammerstorm. I wonder what Norse women looked like back in the day. But so yeah, up top we do have the 2 supports going with the Hammerstorm. That's going to leave us with the Gauntlet going solo. Yeah. Is that? I mean, it's really the only other way to split this other than going back to dual lanes. But I don't know. Is Gauntlet a good?
He has Boots first too. What? I have no idea what he's doing.
Boots and a health potion. That's very important. No, not really. But he has his alternate skin going. He's, I guess, some kind of wrestler. As he kind of looks like the guy from Kudo Mobile. The little, I can't remember his name right now. But anyways, he does kind of look like that. In the mid, we do have right now 2 Legions, as we do have Pandemonium throwing out a flick. I think it's a flick. throwing out a flick onto that Soul Steer, but we didn't have any kind of follow-up here from I Sit Down to P playing Behemoth. So they have gone mid lane, and we do have two bottom, Thunderbringer being babysat here by the Witch Slayer, or maybe vice versa. That puts us with a solo lane top of Bubbles. Now, Hot and Sour here, he was that Flint Beastwood player from the last game, but right now he's going to be going Bubbles, and he's, well, very predictably getting forced out of his lane due to this tri-lane.
Yeah, this is kind of a weird setup. They have Panda mid versus Soul Steer, which actually I kind of like. And they have Behemoth kind of roaming, or I don't know what he's doing. And then Gauntlet is bottom with Boots first, and he actually went Enfeeble first skill. So I would say it's kind of even. The tri-lane has the advantage. Top, middle, I would say is even, and then bottom has the advantage over Gauntlet.
Oh, this is very, very close to first kill-worthy material right here. We did have the flick to the Pandemonium, and Behemoth throwing down the Fisher, but Soulsteer just seems to somehow get away from it all. Pops that potion, gets hit by a creep, loses that potion. He will be healthing up at this point, but Glacius did come mid from top because, well, I mean, we only had a Bubbles, which is really not that much of a difficulty for two heroes to deal with. So we do have the cycle. Capitalist going to be coming mid to help out Soulstealer, and now that's going to put us 2-2 here with still the big advantage for the Legion down south, as they have two ranged heroes up against the only, well, the melee Gauntlet.
And Gauntlet can win that lane if he gets level 5 and they're stuck at like level 2 or 3, because he can burst down that Witch Slayer. It looks like they're going on him right now.
Yeah, speaking of bursting down, he did jump down here to pick himself up a power supply. Going to use that power supply, not going to be enough to get out of that chain lightning. So the first blood going down for Kufa 5 on this I almost called him Hellbringer, on this Thunderbringer, as just a little bit of overextension. Maybe if Esther shouldn't have gone for that. Maybe she just had the courier bring it down to him, would have been a much safer option, but it did ultimately lead to his kill here. And I don't know, he threw down the Enfeeble and the Grapple. It didn't really seem to do too much, did it?
Yeah, no, he has to be a much higher level, and the only person he could probably have killed, it was Witch Slayer, because he was about 3/4 health from harassing. So, I mean, it's going to be hard to win that lane regardless, but that's his only chance to get a level advantage and see if a hero's less than half health.
So up top we do have Helga Hammerstorm throwing down the hammer on top of Bubbles. Bubbles just used his Shell Surf and did not really expect an Andromeda to be there, so he goes down right then and there. We do have Soulsteer getting hit upon as well by this double lane, but I'm not too sure it's going to be enough. Yes, Glacius with the Tundra Field. Tundra Blast, my mistake, as he's going to be able to take down that fight, and two more Demon Hands to clean up I Sit Down to P. So right now, XTV off to a big start, 3-1 in their favor, which actually, I think this is how the last game started as well.
Yeah, look at Behemoth's skill build. Is that the same player that played it last game? I don't even remember.
No, it was not.
He went Fissure and Enrage without getting a level in his heavyweight, so his Enrage actually doesn't even stun without heavyweight.
We do have Pandemonium just jumping here on the Glacius. Glacius is, of course, a man of ice, very brittle to being slapped around with a bamboo stick. But now Pandemonium has really used a lot of his mana. Now, the skill build on Panda actually might just have to wait as we see Bubbles go down again to this combination. The double stun combo with, of course, the Galvanize from Helga there. Definitely doing very good work up top against this Bubbles. We did have a Witch Slayer come in. Not too sure it's actually going to matter at all. Look at this Soulsteer. He is very, very brave to be that close to a Pandemonium, especially after he popped his Invis and missed a few Demon Hands. But we do have a Gauntlet coming from the bottom. He's going to find this Panda, throws down the Gauntlet, so to speak. There's the Enfeeble, but we are going to get flicked, and this might actually be a miss. Oh, look at that Fisher blocking off his escape. So right now we do have Ansirk here. Very, very big trouble. He goes down very easily to the focus here of the Thunderbringer. In comes the Witch Slayer just to cover their escape, but oh, the masked wrestler is not doing super hot this game.
Yeah, it's probably has something to do with his Boots first health pot starting items, but you know, to each his own.
Well, I mean, item pickups are very important to the very beginning of the game. But yeah, right now Boots not really doing him any favors. I mean, even if he just went straight minor totems, that would have been plus 60 health to kind of do everything there. Now up top we do have no ward blocking the creep camps, so very wisely we're making big use of that to keep the lane from getting pushed too far in for Bubbles to really capitalize upon it. So I mean, what happens here? Level 6 on Helga Hammerstorm, which is only answered right now by Thunderbringer, level 6 down south. Well, probably because he has 2 kills, but same idea. I mean, we got level 6s before really the mids get level 6s. Although we do have Soulsteer actually up to level 6, so kudos to him for that.
Yeah, Glacius coming mid was key in helping Soulstealer, else he would just get dominated by the 2 melee stunners. But he's done a really good job of staying alive and actually gotten a kill.
So we are now 4-2, just about to hit the 7-minute mark. We do have the level 6s coming out for a lot of people, so we should start seeing some big ultimates coming around. Glacius going to be finding Behemoth as Behemoth throws down the Fisher so that we can try to combo here upon the Soulsteer, but we are trying to do some body blocking here. I'm still very surprised that Pandemonium has 0 in his flurry. Would have been a very useful skill, especially right there, but it does look like Gauntlet coming in to save the day, and Nonvidia is just going to be manaing up, but he does also now have a double damage rune to his name. Up top, what is going on? We are using God mode, although I don't think it's called God mode. Brute strength for Helga as she chows down on some turtle soup yet again. Helga is actually up to 2 kills and an assist right now, whereas Bubbles, I mean, very big Bubbles player last game who was, you know, the Flint Beastwood, 0-3. Big turnaround from what we saw from him in the last round.
Yeah, I think a lot of that was due to early game. Remember, they were roaming mid and helping Flint get farmed, and and I think that part of the ban process was, yeah, he got help last game, so we aren't too worried about him playing Flint. And they didn't even pick it up this game.
Yeah, they didn't even ban him last game either, which is, yeah, I don't know, very surprising. We do have just shots going down back and forth. We do have the Masked Wrestler still taking on the Thunder Ape. That could almost be like a WWF intro right there.
Thunder Ape.
The Thunder Ape. Down south, and right now we still have Pandemonium. He does have himself a pair of boots, but so does the Soulsteer, as opposed to this Glacius. Glacius, however, really trailing in the levels. Level 2. Level 2.
Yeah, he's been roaming a lot and warding, but he should at least try and get some levels somewhere.
He also actually has a kill to his name. He was the first kill. No, he was the second kill on the Pandemonium, as we did have that first blood down south on top of Gauntlet. But yeah, right now his stats 64 experience a minute, just under 100 gold a minute, which is weirdly enough not the worst in the game. But yeah, he needs to start beefing up a little bit here. We do see Soulsteer up in the jungle, so maybe going to be doing some stacking and killing of those creeps. Those demon hands can definitely just clear them, as he is hitting a double stack here. And I don't know where he's running them to, but oh no, okay, no, that's the right team. But yeah, he's going to start clearing jungle. That's going to leave Glacius at least a little bit of experience, but he is very frail. He has to be very careful of getting jumped on.
Yeah, XTV did a good job this last game. They double stacked when GameReplays didn't really do it much at all, and I think their picks tailored to it a little bit better now. I think you're going to see a big advantage coming up with all that double stacking and triple stacking.
So magic immune creeps are not Soulsteer's friends at all, as those wild hunters are just chasing him down. Now you can also creep the ancients, although I'd be very surprised at this point if we could clear an ancient camp by himself. So he is actually keeping the rune control very well, as he just picked himself up another regen rune, and that's just going to be very double wild hunter stacks here in the top jungle. He's kind of got to be crying a little bit at that. But yeah, he is kind of transitioned now, level 8 and very fully jungle capable. What do you think of the first item we're probably going to see out of Nonvidius here? You think it's going to be that shrunken head, or you think it's going to go for a portal key?
I would think portal key. If he's feeling ballsy, maybe an assassin shroud, but probably portal key.
Now, yeah, Assassin's Shroud, that's another big item choice on Soul Stealers. And what do you think of that? That versus the Portal Key, which would you prefer?
Well, you see a lot of Portal Key now because, especially in this game, with a Thunderbringer, when he uses his bolt, he's usually not by himself, so his bolt does reveal invis, and when you have Assassin's Shroud, it does not give you any health boost, so if you get it early, you're pretty weak, and if you get caught with the Dust or Word of Revelation, you're pretty much dead.
Yep, yeah, they would definitely be dead. Just take it away for a second.
So it looks like Bubbles in the bottom lane. He's level 5. He's I think he's just trying to get some levels now because he had a rough time at top. Let's see. Let's look at the other lane. Hammerstorm's at top. He's level 9. He's just free farming. What's his gold per minute? 300 gold per minute with 50 creep kills. So he's farming really, really well. I think right now the Legion side just needs to do some type of roaming ganks. They can't just keep farming because they're at such a disadvantage. They should probably group up and push a tower or try and set up some ganks because they're pretty far behind.
I am a little surprised that we have not really seen Hammerstorm leave lane. I mean, right now he's doing good work. 400 experience minute, 310 gold a minute. Very, very impressive stuff for 12 minutes in. But also hasn't left lane, and I do think, you know, what you're saying there about Legion getting off some of the ganks, they are in the red, almost 3,000 experience now, 1,500 gold. That might actually start snowballing in favor of XTV if, you know, the passive play that they're doing right now is going to keep up.
Yeah, I mean, you're probably thinking, Hammerstorm is probably thinking to himself, you know, they aren't even ganking me. I've been free farming. I had such a good start. I'm 2-0, and why would I leave the lane when I could just push it and keep farming? So he's probably going to get a Portal Key early, or maybe even a Shrunken Head, or I'd like to see maybe even what is it? Insanitarius? What was it called?
Yep.
Insanitarius. Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's just Insanitarius. Yeah.
That makes him hit really hard if he gets that early.
Couple that with his brute strength. I guess we can't really say his anymore because it's Helga this round. So
That's
her
true.
brute strike. There we go. Portal Key now bought 13 minutes into this game. Now would probably be the best time to cycle off with one of the low support heroes. Like right now we do have, whoa, there's the Portal Key going down. On top of Thunderbringer, out comes the brute strength. We do have a Homecoming Stone coming up here though, and it's going to be the Panda. Look at the pause. Terrible, terrible timing. As, okay, nope, sorry, we didn't want to pause. So Panda's going to jump right in here. We do have the potion going off there on Helga. Look at that flick. The flick goes off, but the comet comes out. We don't have enough mana for Hammerstorm to do anything, but he just used, I think he just used the Chalice, and that allowed Pandemonium to clean that up.
Wow, what a great swap there. He saved Hammer.
Yes, I just noticed that it wasn't Hammerstorm that died. So, oh, taking the brunt. Insane Rabbi. True support player right there.
Yeah. Oh, look at this bottom lane. I'm interested to see this bottom lane. Gauntlet versus Bubbles.
We have another pause coming out, but what's so interesting about this matchup?
So basically bottom lane, the only way Gauntlet can kill Bubbles is if he gets his ultimate off. And Bubbles can take cover his ultimate so it doesn't do anything, but you can stop cast your ultimate on Gauntlet so it fakes him out, and you can almost bait him using his take cover, and if he uses it, then obviously you can get it off. So they've been back and forth. He's been faking it out, and Bubbles has been coming back. So I'd like to see how this ends up. I'd like to see a 1v1 though. I don't want to see any supports come in here. This is just a man-on-man. Let's see who can outplay each other.
I'm pretty sure they're not really going to pay attention to us, but I mean, right now there is no one even close to that bottom lane, so you might get your wish. So with the death of Insane Rabbi taking it for the Hammerstorm, that's actually going to keep Hammerstorm intact with all that extra gold, and with that Portal Key is racked up a few extra items here. But I'm pretty sure he used that Chalice in that fight, and that really brought him low because Panda just started dishing out the damage. And just, wow, pro swap was just amazing. So I'm just going to zoom in here a little bit on Helga so you can kind of see the backside of her. not that I'm sure anyone wants to, but Glacius level 4 is hiding out here at the Rune of Invis. I don't think any runes have been picked up here by the Legion team. Have you noticed any?
Actually, I have not paid attention at all.
Oh, okay. Oh no, look at down south. Somebody's interfering with the fight. Tag team going on there against Viscerus, but boom goes the lightning, and he goes down. So no, you're not going to see that one-on-one, unfortunately. But up top, we do have people converging. Level 5 Glacius from those creeps, but there goes the portal key and the AoE stun from Hammerstorm, which is exactly why you want a portal key on him. And another swap coming out. That's going to be the end of the Witch Slayer with a demon hand to the face. And this is the problem that GR is going to be facing against the roaming Hammerstorm strat, especially with Galvanize and the portal key. The AoE stun is just going to be so massive, and with a Chalice, he's going to have it up every time. So, yeah, it's going to be icky for GR to kind of counter that at this point.
I think, did we see a bug with that gauntlet? Because he used his ultimate on someone, and it froze bubbles. And Gauntlet tried to use his grapple to bring Bubbles back to the tower and propel himself back to his tower, but it like went through Bubbles. Does he like? Can you not do that when he's frozen in the ultimate, or was that a bug?
Well, the frozen in the ultimate shouldn't actually render anyone invincible or immaterial or anything, so I'm a little curious as to why that wouldn't have happened as well, unless of course, I mean, it wasn't aimed at Bubbles, it was aimed at someone else. Oh, there goes the grapple right now. Bubbles using take cover, the silence to get out. There's the ultimate right there. Oh, the enfeeble just looks so good right there.
Yep, that's exactly how he's going to kill him. He could have take covered that ultimate, but he has to have really fast reactions.
Well, that's going to be a kill for the pro wrestler right there, but we were able to take down that top tower to the combined might of the other 4 heroes. Glacius still level 5, doing a lot of warding as well. And right now, it just looks like business as usual. So, we're now 16.5 minutes into the game, 8-4 in the advantage of Cybernetics Television. And oh, what's going on down south? Viscerus getting hit upon by the Panda. Panda unfortunately going to get portal keyed and portal stoned, sorry, homecoming stone onto him. So a little bit overconfidence there. He goes down. 9-4 now is the score, and I really just want to get to items, but I don't think the teams are going to let me, as it does look like Andromeda going to be dropping down as well. The Fisher not quite, yeah, the Fisher actually did clean him up. The Man of Ice destroying himself there as well, so he's no longer a statue. 9-6, a little bit of a good counter there, but I do think that they're going to be pushing this tower a little bit.
Yeah, that was a great initiation. Bubbles knew his team was coming, so he set up the his ultimate before he even actually the Hellborn probably saw anyone on the map, and they just followed up with some good nukes.
Alright, I think we have a little bit of a breather here. I really wanted to get to the items, but unfortunately teams just have this silly notion of trying to kill each other. So Helga Hammerstorm there with that portal key, nothing else really to go with it, but I did notice Non-Vidius here just picking up his portal key after getting that Mighty Blade first. So went for a little bit of extra health there, and now has that portal key. So that's at least 2 portal keys on their team to do some swapping as well. Gauntlet, not quite there, but Andromeda swap should be leading to a lot of good kills. In fact, talking about good kills, look at this. Bubble is taking 2 ultimates to the face. He kind of just goes spinning out of control there as he goes down. Helga Hammerstorm going to be taking some damage. Witch Slayer, however, going to be eating that fist from Gauntlet, and is that going to be it? Is that going to be it? I don't know. They're all still here. The Fisher coming out, grabbing 2, and the Panda going to be taking out the Man of Ice. Helga Hammerstorm going down. The ultimate on the Soul Steer. Oh, a great swap from the Andromeda. I do believe it's the Andromeda, and because no one else can swap, but I'm not sure it's actually going to do anything. It's Non-Vidius going down to the Bubbles as he can just jump right through that tower. Panda cleaning up the Pandemonium. Sorry, the Pandemonium cleaning up the Gauntlet. They both start with G. Yeah, and I could have sworn that was going to be the first genocide of the game, but nope, just a hat trick.
Wow, that was a pretty good play by Bubbles. I don't know what Gauntlet was doing though, because he ultimated Witch Slayer to start the fight, and then he kind of backed off. He didn't even follow it up with a grapple or anything, and that kind of screwed the team over because Wishslayer was able to get off her disables and even her ultimate. So that was a kind of a misplay on his part.
Well, it did lead to a triple kill there for the turtle, and Hammerstorm coming back into the lane. They really want to defend this tower quite a bit, but we were just talking like 9-4 was the score. It's 11-11 now. GameReplays really bringing that back and even taking an experience lead after all was said and done.
Yeah, that was they did what they need to do. They have that AoE burst damage, so you know. That's what they need to do. Some team fights, Bubbles, Behemoth, Thunderbringer obviously does a ton of damage, so basically needed to keep this away from late game.
Yeah, the sooner we can end this game, the better is the mentality they're going for right now. A good combo going down onto Bart's head, as basically we did have Eviscerus solo him down. Gauntlet, however, is likely going to be okay, but Glacius is not. Oh, the insane Rabbi doing the swap. Unfortunately, it did not matter. That particle looked like it followed it through. And does Panda have a Geometer's head, or?
No, it was just illusions.
Okay.
And they were owning him.
Oops. Yeah, but I mean, Andromeda's a fairly squishy hero to boot.
Why does he keep saying Jaw? Is that Jaw?
I don't know. I guess so. We'll go with that for now. Who is blue? Zapco. So
yeah, I think that is his alt, the Jaw.
Well, we do have a disconnect right now. Hot and Sour is missing in action. So if this is indeed Jaw from Team Ice, they were at the DreamHack. And they were also in the World Cup a little bit. Hammerstorm going to be smacking him around a little bit, but I think that might have been a little bit of an overextension as, well, Panda's actually stuck right now. I don't know why he didn't try to jump into the forest away from danger. Looks like he wants to take one-on-one. It's just not going to work out for him, but look at that. Helga Hammerstorm goes down. We don't have the vision on the Panda. Panda indeed going to be going down. Insane Rabbi taking him down as well. Glacius is dead. Helga Hammerstorm dead yet again. And the Gauntlet is going to be running back in here. Throws down the ultimate on the Thunderbringer. Not going to be enough, and great Fisher just before the Behemoth dies. It's going to block off all chase, except of course those with a portal key. This may or may not be a great idea, but Bubbles, I mean, we haven't had a pause, and Bubbles is still out of commission. So
man, I don't even know what's going on in these team fights.
People are dying. That is what's going on in these team fights.
Many deaths.
Well, we have 30 kills in 21 minutes. Pretty good rate of kill. We have a creep battle going on by the rune spawn. Not too sure why. Well, probably because of the Behemoth Fisher. The pathing systems in this game are interesting to say the least. But all right, so we do have Hot and Sour now back into the game. Nobody needs to pause for him at all. Don't worry about it. And 16-14 is the kill. Oh, the Word of Revelation. Didn't notice that there. Is going to be taking down Bart, who must be going WTF right now, as he kind of just got comboed upon out of nowhere. And now 22.5 minutes in. I'm just going to quickly do a little bit of a scroll over the remaining team items. So we still have those boots on Gauntlet. He hasn't actually been performing super hot this game. And we do have Andromeda with a Ring of the Teacher, so doubling the mana regen from this Glacius aura. Very good support play from them. Right now, Behemoth has the roaming bottle and a power supply, but no chalice. I'm very interested in that, because again, we were talking about that last game. No chalice makes us very interesting. Yeah, I'm sorry, getting destroyed by Bubbles, or Bubbles getting destroyed, and he threw up the homecoming stone, and then he willingly canceled it.
Yeah, it must have been a misclick, because I have no idea what he was doing, unless he's really confused.
Well, if he's not confused, I'm at least confused, and kind of threw me a monkey wrench right there. Who else here has items to go for? Nothing really on Bart. Thunderbringer went for the spell shards right after the Ghost Marchers, and right now we did have a tower being destroyed up top. Pandemonium with a portal key. Portal key Pandemonium. Again, we don't really see that many pandas out there in the competitive scene anymore, but what do you think of a portal key on him? It's the only portal key we have on Legion, whereas we have 2 or 3 here on the Hellborn.
Yeah, it's definitely a good item to have, especially, look at, he might initiate on Soulsteel and solo him right here if he doesn't get TPs. Man up, Panda, let's go. Kill him.
Do it. Do it! Now that you can hear us, but do it!
Flurry. Blink flurry so he can't blink away. That's what he has to do. And then flick and ultimate and CF.
There we go. There's the jump.
Nope.
There's the flick. Didn't use the flurry.
Oh, there we go.
But that should be enough to kill him. Doesn't even need his ultimate. Not that he has the mana, but oh, Gauntlet! Gauntlet with a portal key. Shutting down Panda's fun time.
That came out of nowhere. He had no items, and then he just pops out with a portal key. Nice.
If I can get you there, Cardinal, to tell Teddy that there's no stream, it's all fraps, and to stop talking, that would be awesome. I'm just going to look at Andromeda here die to this Bubbles, so Bubbles picking up that kill, and that will be that for the top lane. 18-17 is the score with XTV now kind of in the lead. Kind of 2,200 experience, 200 or so gold, and by XTV I mean Game Replays, the Legion side, duh. And right now, I mean, just things are proceeding along as planned. 25 minutes in, we haven't really seen any huge item pickups other than these portal keys and the spell shards. But, oh, there we go, another portal key. Wow, that makes 5 portal keys, I think.
Wow.
In this game. Let's just do a quick count. Hammerstorm has 1. Soul Stealer has 1. That also puts 1 on Gauntlet. Bubbles has now picked up 1, and Pandemonium. So
and Behemoth.
And Behemoth. 6 portal keys in this game. That's team fights are just going to come out of nowhere.
Potentially, we could have Witch Slayer. I don't think Glacius would. Yeah, maybe 7. 7 or 8 with him Thunderbringer. By the way, look at Thunderbringer this game. This is what you should be doing on a Thunderbringer. Your hero damage is 10,000, and no one else in the game is above 6,000. That's what a Thunderbringer should look like.
Well, I mean, to be fair, Thunderbringer was still first in damage on his team last game. Just he was very outclassed there by the Flint Beastwood, who just kind of took that commanding lead afterwards.
Yeah, I don't know. I think regardless of the hero, he just has so much global nuke that he should always be the most in hero damage.
So we do have some Hellborn Wards of Revelations and Sight down here by the river entrance, and as you can see, all 5 of them have kind of grouped up here for a Kongor kill. Now we do have a Shrunken Head on top of Soul Stealer, and we do have the makings of one here on Hammerstorm, and most likely we're going to be trying to throw one on Gauntlet as well. Now this is a completely free Kongor kill. I don't even think Team GR had any idea it was going down, because just taking a quick look at the map, we have 1 ward up in the top lane. Not very useful to us there, and then a few wards here by the top runes, so they had no idea. I mean, the ward coverage overall has been pretty superb this game, but look at the vast network of sight we got going on here for XTV.
Yeah, GR snuck 2 wards up top, but pretty much it's been all dominated by XTV. Capitalist is doing work.
Yep, might not have items or levels, but he does have wards. So we did have a portal key. There it is, onto the Behemoth. Behemoth going splat between the 4 heroes. 3 getting the assist gold there. So Curse splat, and thanks to the Ward of Sight right there. That's the only reason we knew that there was a Behemoth there.
Yep. It's part of the being a good support hero. You help your team in ways not necessarily getting assists and kills, but in wards.
Now, oh, a little bit of counter warding there. Bart throwing down the Revelations, so we did have counter warding. I mean, it's always good to see the warding, counter warding game played. MSI Nova is a huge fan of it, as he likes to put a lot of that kind of information into his cast. Now, Pandemonium, he has a mana tube. I'm going to take a line here from one of the more popular online Heroes and Heroes commentators. He's clearly making a Runed Axe.
I would guess Nullstone, but maybe Runed Axe. You never know.
No, I'm pretty sure he's going for a Nullstone as well. Unless, of course, Ja here wants to troll us a little bit.
Yeah.
Might happen, but what's he doing right now? He's over in this lane. He might actually be able to find this Soul Stealer. Not sure why Soul Stealer went over there. Kind of gave him a kiss and walked away, and that's going to be that. So,
a little bit of ghosting going on? No, I'm just kidding.
Well, it's not being streamed. I'm going to blame this Ward of Sight right here. They saw him go in. They didn't see him come out. Bubbles, unfortunately. Oh, is he going to get the... Yes! There we go. The take cover portal key combo. That's what, sadly, that's the thing we didn't see last game. But there it is in action, getting out from under 3 heroes right there.
Can you imagine that plus a null stone and even a cyclone stick? Like, how are you going to kill him? You just can't do it.
Well, I mean, typically when I go up against turtles, a good pot of boiling water, some spices, and soup.
That always does the trick.
Yeah. A little bit of ancient killing going on right now. In terms of experience right now, XTV has kind of swung it back into their favor. 1,100 experience, almost 2,000 gold. But what do we got for levels right now? Top level of the game, non-Vidius. Not too surprising. This Soul Stealer character, he's quite the farming hero. But to go with that, level 14 on the Helga. I was just going to give up saying his name. On the Helga Hammerstorm. And right now, I mean, it's kind of answered by the 15 Panda, the 14 Bubbles. Yeah, but so overall, I'd say very close, especially 30 minutes into the game.
Yeah, we need to see Witch Slayer get some more levels. He is so strong when he has some levels. Even if he has no items, he has so much disable, and he can even power drain to get back into the fight with more mana. I'd like to see him with more levels and doing some more ganks. Right now he's 0-4-3. He's just been getting destroyed this game.
Well, no silver bullet kills quite yet. He is actually level 8, lowest in the game, so you do make a fair point. He does need to somehow start accelerating his level growth a little bit. Level 11 for the second silver bullet level would definitely go down very well when trying to snipe off and burst down some of these more beefy heroes like Helga or Gauntlet or even Soul Stealer.
Exactly. That's why people consider Witch Slayer one of the best support heroes, because he has those disables that you need, but his ultimate also is kind of like a carry killer, and you kind of use it to keep it carry down and keep him from getting out of control. But I haven't really seen much this game.
No, not quite yet. Both teams right now just kind of going back and forth. We are in, I guess, a farming phase. It is mid-game, so a little bit earlier we were talking a little bit about how we don't want this game to go to late game. It's kind of on its way there right now. It is very even. We do have Initiation going down, though, Capitalist going down, Abyssrus going down, even Helga Hammerstorm going down, and oh, this does not look good at all for XTV, as we do have Andromeda joining the cast of dead celebrities, and the only one to get out of that is non-Vidius, virtually untouched. But what just happened?
Well, exactly what you said needed to happen. You know, they needed to do something. They don't want it to go to late game, and they used their Thunderbringer has spell shards 3, so he did a ton of damage. And like I said before, when he's in range to use his ultimate, his lightning rod just kills people's health, and they just went down like paper.
Paper and water. It goes down quickly, yeah. Or paper and lightning. That would work too.
It
paper and anything.
Like
yeah.
Yeah.
So with that now done, 22-18, they kind of broke the deadlock there, and look at the experience and gold gained just from that fight. I think it was in order 5,000 experience, 4,000 gold. I think that just shifted right into the Legion favors. So now we have a tipping point. Let's see if they can build upon it and build up some nice snowball momentum.
Yeah, I think people don't realize how much you actually get from winning a team fight. Like, it was literally the opposite before that fight happened, and now look at it. Like, it's pretty much a 5,000 gold and experience shift when you win a team fight, depending on how many people go down.
Well, who also might be going down? Bubbles, but he uses the take cover, and he does not get that portal key off. Unfortunate for him. He has himself a blessed orb, so there we go. There's the take cover portal key combo. Going to be using a shell surf just to throw down some damage. He'd be kind of silly to ever jump back into there. But he was also buying time for his teammates to come around. They have now come up to here. They do still see a Hammerstorm here, but he doesn't have that ultimate anymore, and that's going to be removed from the team fight if GR does decide to move into this defensive tower.
Yeah, that's exactly what you need to do. Glacius uses ultimate, so it would stop him. It would prevent Bubbles from using his take cover portal key, but Bubbles knew that if he bought enough time, he could take cover again and then blink out of it like he did. So that was a good play on both sides right there.
Just going to take a quick look here at some of the rest of the items everyone's picking up. Insane Rabbi's picked himself up some magic armor. I think they do realize that the spell shards level 3 on Thunderbringer really just did a good number on their health in that fight. So we might start seeing some big magic resistance items coming out next. We do have a Shrunken Head now on Hammerstorm, but I don't think he actually was able to use it very well in that last fight. And we didn't even see anything coming out of Non-Vidius last fight as well, so we didn't see him pop anything. But he also has that Shrunken Head ready to go. He's also picked himself up a Ice Brand, so he can start chasing down some of these more elusive heroes like Bubbles.
Yeah, he still has 2 minutes on his token of life too, so we're going to have a team fight here.
Yes, we do have Hammerstorm jumping in there. Gets miniaturized, though. Hasn't been able to use that Shrunken Head, and is, well, she's going to pop it for no advantage there. But out goes the Soul Steer ultimate. Going to be doing some good stuff on both Behemoth and the Witch Slayer. Panda coming in, going to be throwing down some damage. Of course, the Shrunken Head is going to do nothing against a Panda, since every skill is physical, isn't it?
Yep. Doesn't do anything against Panda.
The only thing you could do against a Panda would be Void Talisman, although you don't really see those that much these days, do you?
Yeah, you could go Void Talisman, or Nullstone would stop his flick and ultimate.
So we're not going to be seeing any of that. The defensive glyph coming out for the tower, it's at 300 hit points. I'm fairly certain it's going to die. Even it can't take on everything, but, oh, Bubble is going to be trying to deny it. That's why he was sticking around. I was kind of curious, but he got out of that. All right. Good use of his combination of his skills right there. I'm pretty sure XTV had no idea he was around, but the deny did not go down. So reclaiming a little bit of that gold in that fight. Oh,
some more action going on right here.
Yeah, then again, maybe not. Andromeda and Soulsteer are going to be going down, as we did say that Shrunken Head actually does nothing against a Panda, but he did have that token of life. He's back in action, just damage going down. Look at this gauntlet just dropping so very quickly, but the Thunder Ape is down to the Helga Hammerstorm, and he is... oh, good cannonball coming out of the Pandemonium, running into the forest and doing good stuff against the Soul Steer with the help of Bubbles. Bubbles take covering. He is going to get another Helga kill, and now he's going to jump up here for some unknown reason. This could be very bad as
Blink! Blink! Yes.
Oh, but we also had the Behemoth blink as well. He's trying to keep him alive.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Was that a genocide?
Yeah, that was a genocide.
Sweet. Genocide for Team GR here, 36 minutes into the game, 29-23. Whatever kind of advantage XTV just got themselves, now kind of poof, gone to the wind.
This Hot and Sour is playing really well again. He had a really bad start, but he's been playing pretty well. Looks like he might even be going a Nullstone and a Shrunken Head. He kind of got both items to start, but yeah, that was good play by everyone. A lot of blinks and disables, and who knows what's going on.
Hopefully the players, if anyone. But with the token of life now used, he said he only had about 2 minutes on, and it was used to good use, as in it would have really sucked if Conqueror just respawned when he died and he didn't get to use it.
Yeah, well, he did die, I think, didn't he?
Yeah, but he was able to use the token of life. So just before he died, if Congo had reclaimed it, could have been wrecking havoc for GR. But Congo's back up, so we are likely going to see people start amalgamating for another shot at him. And we do see a ward here in the bottom by Bart, so they don't want to be caught unawares of that. Again, Insane Rabbi, though, he's quite the trickster. He's going to be throwing down that Ward of Revelation, not finding a ward there because it is on the other side, but he's not going to throw in another one. So right now, the Legion, they do know what's going on. This could be very devastating, very devastating.
I'm actually, yeah, if they fight here, they need a really good Behemoth and Bubbles initiate, or else it could be bad.
Well, oh, there we go. We have the Thunderbringer ult going down, as I said, showing down that vision, and that's going to be put in Hammerstorm. They're going to be popping all their skills. I don't think this actually went GR's way at all, as we do have 2 dead GR, but we do have 3 XTV now gone. Panda, I mean, again, this Shrunken Head's not going to do you any good. And this, oh, the ultimate to finish it off.
Now look at Witch Slayer's level. He's level 13 now. That's what you need to do. You need to stay in team fights, and that stun got the kill on Soul Stealer. He stunned both of the players. That's why Witch Slayer is so strong.
Beautiful work. Beautiful work. Game Replay is going to be picking up this token, likely either going to be going down to Bubbles or going to be going down onto this Pandemonium. Pandemonium with a Blessed Orb. Yeah, he's going to be throwing down, I think that was his bottle? Gave his bottle over to Bart. Or I gave something to Bart. STDs? No. Gave something to Bart, and has taken that token of life now. And, oh, I don't know. What can we do against this Panda? I mean, the Shrunken Heads obviously aren't working. Not that they were really targeted against him. They were more targeted for the Thunderbringer. But, I mean, what can XTV do?
Well, they need to protect Soul Stealer. Like, they did a good job to keep him in fights, but that was just... Like, Gauntlet got picked off by Bubbles before the fight even started at Kongor. And that kind of started at 4 versus 5. And once Panda gets like a Shrunken Head and his Nullstone, there's just not really much you can do. You can swap him out of it, but he's still going to be able to get everything off.
Speaking of that Nullstone, that is exactly what the courier just brought him, and he is actually doing these double and triple stacked creeps. So he is motoring quite well right now. 550 experience a minute.
And actually, Bubbles did the complete opposite of what I was thinking he was going to go. I thought he was going to go Nullstone, Shrunken Head. He actually just picked up a Frostful Skull and just combined the two items that he had. So that's an interesting pickup.
Well, what's the score right now on HoN Cyber? 10-6 with 550 experience a minute, 342 gold a minute. Not quite the highest. Soul Stealer is still king of the mountain in that regard at 381. But I have seen Bubbles in my time going straight for the Frostwolf after the Portal Key, simply because kind of the same idea as the Soul Stealer. They just want to chase down those elusive opponents, and both players actually have a way of catching up to those slowed opponents right now. Well, two ways in the case of Bubbles. So
yeah,
it's also a beefy component, right? 25
yeah.
strength.
I mean, he does a pretty good amount of damage. It does give him some health. And there's not really a ton of disables on the Hellborn side, so it makes sense.
Wow, that was ridiculous damage coming out for the death of the Andromeda, but the take cover on this Gauntlet, on this Bubble, has just negated the Gauntlet attack, and he's actually going to live at 20 hit points.
Wow.
20 hit points. Oh, wow. It would be amazing if a Skeleton King had just killed him right there, but four quickly dead heroes there for XTV, and a disconnect, a rage quit.
Okay, I thought he didn't rage quit. He's just reconnecting.
Yep, good fun.
Yeah, this looks like it's pretty close to being over. It's 24,000 experience lead and a 14,000 gold lead. It's looks like they lost their chance. They had, Legion did what they needed to do: fight early and often with their globals and burst damage, and they just didn't want it to get the late game, so Soul Stealer takes over.
It has definitely snowballed very well for Game Replays, as they are now 13 kills ahead of their opponents. And as you said, 25,000 experience, nearly 15,000 gold. This Behemoth has done exceptionally well for himself, as he has a level 1 Spell Shard. Not exactly something you see on them a lot, but I mean, this is the big threat here. Zapco with an Axe of the Malphite straight off that... brain farting. Nullstone. Man, couldn't think of that word for the life of me. So he is just totally beefed up right now. Now with that Axe of the Malphite, I'm pretty sure he's going to go for that heart, but oh wow, big damage going down on the Behemoth. So much for those spell shards, and an auto attack is going to be the end of that Witch Slayer. Who else is going down? Panda's in town, but he is now. See, this is the good thing about having a Frostwolf skull on your head. That it's very hard to get away from that. Panda, he's running around the forest. I guess the Panda's at home in the forest, but unfortunately he's going to go down, and now he's kind of trapped. Oh, look at that! The portal key just gets him out of that, and then he kind of just does a big run around. He is not going to go for that Glacius. A little bit of a fake out there, but I mean, he has no team support right now, and he's just going to be biting the dust.
Wow.
but we have the Man of Ice shattering just as one auto attack from Kufa comes in.
Man, if he would have killed Glacius, he probably could have killed Soul Stealer, because the reason why he couldn't is Glacius froze him. So that was a little bit of a misplay there too.
Thanks, Glacius. Thanks. Fun times. All right, so 40-29, not exactly a doubling their opponent's score, but GameReplays got knocked down a little bit there. 17,000 experience, 10,000 gold. The death of the panda, which should never happen. They are an extinct, kind of species. And I say extinct, I meant endangered. Not quite extinct. Well, maybe this panda's extinct because he just died, but I mean, with him and Bubbles now out of the loop, now's a perfect chance for XTV to do some kind of counter, but where are you going to counter? There's no lanes that are pushed, and the only thing available is the jungle. So
someone call the animal rights. I mean, we got what, Panda Death, Thunder Ape, Bubbles. I mean, come on. This is ridiculous.
I never thought of it that way, but yeah, we got 3 animal players. Behemoth, I suppose, could be classified as some kind of Yeti, but...
Yeah, what is Behemoth? I have no idea. He has horns, if that helps.
He is a giant bison on 2 legs? I'm not too sure. Giant talking bison.
He looks like a bull, maybe. I don't know.
Who knows? Oh, we have a lizard in the forest. I'm going to zoom in on the lizard. He looks cool.
And
yeah, a lot of...
Badass.
Yeah, a lot of animals in this game. Kind of never noticed that, but All right, 40-29, 45 minutes into the game. Both teams are kind of just taking their time, regrouping. These next few team fights are probably going to be very paramount to the health and status of both teams' bases. If we can get a good genocide off, we're probably going to see at least one tower, if not a Rax combo, taken out. I mean, we are at the point of very powerful heroes. I mean, they've been farming all game. Let's just take a quick look at the creep count. 260 creeps for Non-Vidius. He is far and above any kind of opposition there. 400 gold a minute, 408 to be exact, and he's just nicely way ahead of everyone else in that regard. And he's spent 15,000 gold with another 3,700 on him right now. What do you think he's going to go for that? And before that, we're actually going to see no kill. Okay, never mind.
Wow.
Wow.
That would be a bug. That's the same thing that just happened.
Same thing that just happened?
Yeah, Gauntlet used his ultimate. He tried to, grapple him back, and it didn't work.
I don't know, it might just be a take cover kind of thing. While we were distracted down here, we are going to go back down here as we see Glace's very low health as well as the Gauntlet, but we did have Helga go down. Okay, Gauntlet, not Gauntlet, yeah, Gauntlet's running away. Glacius going down. Gauntlet now going to die. Kaboom right there. But while we were kind of distracted, we did have Non-Vidius die to the Panda and Behemoth combo up top. So remember, we were talking about these next team fights being very vital to the base's health. Yeah, we just had this middle tower now gone. Everyone is... I'm not too sure where everyone is. Panda's roaming around the base, as is Bubbles, taking quite a few tower shots to the face, actually. But the combination of them coming here, oh, I don't know what Andromeda's doing, but actually I do know what he's doing. He's dying. But Pandemonium, I mean, this is the big thing of Portal Keys, just team fights come out of nowhere. So, I don't know. We still have 4 heroes dead. This base tower is still alive and kicking. Probably not for much longer, and the only defender we got up is Non-Vidius, who will likely not want to try going toe-to-toe with this Panda.
Yeah, if he knows what is good for him, he'll just stay at the fountain until his team comes up.
But that might just be way too late to bring this back. Maybe. I don't know. In goes Bubbles. He is going to get behind Non-Vidius, giving the Vision just so much damage going down. The Silver Bullet even, and I think that was the Behemoth Ultimate just taking him out. It was, yeah, payback. Awesome. Good fun stuff. Glacius is here. Helga Hammerstorm getting just destroyed, and I do think I'm going to have to start concurring with you now. This is looking super one-sided for GR, and if XTV can't even expel them out of their base for a single kill, this is going to be it.
Yep, looks like it's game over. Well played on both sides.
Very well played on both sides. Very enjoyable games, but just the raw power of a panda is just a lot to consider. So final kill counts there: 13-6, 13-7, 14-3 are the 3 top scores there on the GR team, and really nothing can kind of counter that from Cybernetics. Non-Vidius at 9. So a lot of kills.
It was a really enjoyable game. Bubbles had a really good comeback considering he was 0-3 level 2 at like 8 minutes in. Now he ended the game at the highest level in the game. So well played by Hot and Sour both games.
Alright, so that will conclude the show match Heroes of New Earth portion of the CybernetixTV multi-gaming tournament, as we do have Team GR taking this round with 2 wins in a best-of-3 series. 2 very convincing wins, I might add. So, thank you very much, Cardinal, for joining me on these games. It was a pleasure again to cast with you, and you know, best of luck in your future games. You guys got any tournaments coming up?
Actually, we have a match tomorrow. I think it's for the HoNcast match. It's actually against DRD, our arch rivals, so that should be enjoyable. I don't know if it's being shoutcasted or not, but we got that going on and a couple more tournaments coming up.
Alright, well, best of luck to that, and we'll be tracking your progress. So, CybernetixTV, GameReplays.org show match now complete. I'm the Four Court Jester, and you guys have yourselves a wonderful evening.